am back, Rhodes for the Matrixx and Rhodes show. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment, share. Now, one thing that if you follow me and John, you guys absolutely know, because we've said it on numerous live streams, we've said it on videos. Both myself and John Matrixx were massive, massive fans of the show Smallville. For us, it's one of the best shows of all time. It's a very family-oriented show. It's something I could very much sit down, let my son sit down. I don't have to worry about him consuming any of the product. John Snyder, of course, Tom Welling, Annette O'Toole. In my opinion, the best Lex Luthor of all time, Michael Rosenbaum, and Allison Mack as Chloe. So, as you can imagine, there was a massive amount of shock and surprise when we found out that Allison Mack, who played a more timid, shy character when it came to certain things, but of course a very driven character as part of the school paper in Chloe. But we were very surprised because we found out in real life she was part of a massive brainwashing and, for lack of a better way of putting, sex slave scheme with a cult called NXIVM. This fellow Keith Raniere, that's how you say it, I don't know. Raniere, he got a massive prison sentence, 120 years. Well, something happened. Allison Mack, who was given 3 years in prison, she had cooperated with the authorities. Well, she's out of prison. And she got out very quietly, a year early. And this is the Daily Mail. This just emerged that she has been released. Smallville actor Allison Mack, who pleaded guilty over her role in a sex trafficking case tied to the cult group NXIVM, has been released from prison a year early. I wish, there you go. Mack, who began serving a 3-year sentence at the Federal Correctional Institution in Dublin, California, on September 2021, was released on Monday, according to federal prison records. Best known for her role in young Superman's close friend on Smallville, Mack, 40 years old. It's hard to believe we're all that old. Mack, 40 years old, pleaded guilty in 2019 to charges that she manipulated women into becoming sex slaves for NXIVM leader Keith Raniere. Mack spent less than 2 years at FCI Dublin, a low-security women's prison, perhaps most famous for holding actresses Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman for their roles in a college admission scandal. Really? Because I felt like this was a bigger case, to be honest with you. It was certainly, in my opinion, a more shocking case. She avoided a longer prison term by cooperating with federal authorities in the case against Raniere, who was sentenced to 120 years in prison for being convicted on those trafficking charges. And I am kind of, God, there's a branding, Jesus. Yeah, this is an awful case, guys. Mack helped prosecutors mount evidence showing how Raniere created a secret society that included brainwashed women who were branded with his initials and forced to have sexual relations with him. In addition to Mack, members of the group, including heiress to Seagram's liquor fortune, Claire Brafman, and daughter of TV star Catherine Oxenberg of Dynasty, Mack went on to attack the occult leader Raniere and express remorse and guilt before sentencing in a federal court in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah. I think a lot of us feel like that maybe her role in this was maybe not as bad as him, but certainly pretty damn heinous when you get right down to it. She started acting and modeling at the age of 4, but landed her first acting gig on a TV show when she was 15. And in 2001, she went on to play Chloe Sullivan, the best friend to a young Clark Kent in Smallville. The series ran from 2001 to 2011 and earned Mack 2 Teen Choice Awards and multiple TV award nominations. She was phenomenal as that character. It was while Smallville was filming that Mack first attended a NXIVM meeting back in 2007. Wow. She eventually moved to New York City when Smallville finished airing in 2011. Mack regularly attended NXIVM seminars and would often travel to Albany, where Rainier lived. In 2012, she chose to move to Albany to be closer to NXIVM and Rainier instead of pursuing an application to Yale Drama School. Rainier started NXIVM in the 1990s in Albany as a purported self-improvement group that then expanded across the country. It first became known for the Executive Success Programs courses, which purported to give students the ability to achieve their goals in life by overcoming mental blocks. Rainier started a secret branch known as DOS in 2015 that was just for women. And there he is right there, scumbag extraordinaire. And there she is. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, these are text messages right here between the two. And she never once is like, nah, we won't do that. I mean, there's a part in here about videotaping some things. And she's like, yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy that this person, like I said, everybody was floored by this case when it came out. Everybody was shocked by the accusations when this came out. And a lot of that had to do with the character she portrayed. Like I said, there's the cast right there. It was a very family-friendly, family-oriented show. And, of course, to have this, come out the way it did, I know being a fan of Smallville, it just floored me. Prosecutors also said Mack ordered victims to perform labor, take nude photographs, and in some cases engage in acts with Rainier. An investigation into NXIVM was underway in 2017. Rainier and Mack were among those who fled to Mexico to try to reconstitute the group there. He was arrested at a luxury villa in Puerto Vallarta and sent back to the U.S. in March 2018. Mack was arrested a few days later in New York and charged with racketeering, conspiracy, forced labor conspiracy, wire fraud conspiracy, trafficking, sex trafficking, and attempted sex trafficking. I mean, my God. It's crazy. Absolutely nuts. So she's out. I mean, she is out, guys. She got out early. I mean, I don't know what that's an indictment of, if it's good behavior, if that's on the prison system. I know a lot of people felt like she got off way light here. He got 120 years, but there was very much a feeling that she was a lot bigger presence in this, and maybe even a co-driving force of all of this, and that she was sort of fully aware of what it is she was taking part in and all that sort of thing, right? Kind of gives you some Epstein vibes, along with, of course, his wife that he had, right? And she's locked up right now, too, by the way. So it's pretty crazy. She's out of jail. I mean, that's it. She's out of prison. So you got to wonder now, look, her acting career is a wrap. She won't be able to do anything here. I don't know what she'll do. But there's a good chance nobody will ever hire her again. Although there are a lot of scumbags in Hollywood. There are. But I just don't think anybody can put her face on anything at all. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.